In phishing, the person will steal your login credentials, personal information like an identity theft. In phishing, they will try to use your personal background for their own good or reasons, like stealing your money in your bank
There are
account.
many ways to protect yourself against phishing, like
avoid malicious websites that has frequent grammar error, or spelling mistakes in what might seem to be an official piece of correspondence from a bank or other institution.
Not clicking malicious websites or advertisements that's too far from reality.
In identity theft, the person is trying to get your personal information and trying to use your information in his own will as you.
Like social media, Facebook for example, if you display too much information about yourself, some people may steal your personal information and make another fake account using your own personal background.
to protect your personal account, maybe try to lessen your personal info, or more like don't put too much effort on posting in social media. Lessen your information in the internet to avoid phishing and identity.
Scamming have many types, like trying to trick users by sending them money, but this offer is baseless and victims end up losing money in the process.
Tip to be freed from scam users should never buy into incredible scenarios from their offered money or other rewards in exchange for a fee. Instead, they should see those messages for what they are, like weird campaign designed specifically to steal your
For
money.
the final tip that we can give to you, this is to don't be too greedy to grab instant pennies that you see in internet, like iPhone roulette advertisements, you want $1 million bait advertisements, and many much more.
Phishing Explained. Protect yourself against internet threats. The internet can be a dangerous place. One common technique scammers use is phishing. Phishing schemes are directed at the weakest link in any security system, the user. Criminals send out seemingly authentic emails directing users to a website. Once there, the scammers use tricks to get you to reveal sensitive personal information. Scammers may also send an email with an innocent-looking attachment, such as a zip file or Word document. If you download the attachment, malicious software is installed on your computer. Many phishing scams are elaborate and believable. That is why so many people have followed a fake link or downloaded an infected attachment. However, there are certain things you can look for. Urgent action. Many phishing emails warn of major consequences if no action is taken. You may be warned that your bank account will be closed or be told that unauthorized charges have been made on your credit card. The scammers want you to act quickly before you have time to think clearly. Spelling and grammar. If the email message contains obvious spelling or grammar errors, be suspicious. Most large, reputable companies will carefully edit their messages before sending them out. Link to a website. Many phishing emails include a link to a fake website where you are expected to validate your information. Microsoft Safety and Security Center recommends that users hover over the link in the email without clicking. When a pop-up box opens, check to see if the address in the pop-up box matches the email link's address. If the addresses don't match, don't click on the link. Requests for personal information. Scammers will often ask you to update or validate your address, date of birth, personal identification number, credit card information, bank account numbers, and other details they can use to steal your identity. Pop-up ads. Reputable companies won't ask you to update personal information by using pop-up ads. So what should you do if you are suspicious? Don't open any attachment or follow any link unless you are 100% sure it is legitimate. Banks and credit card companies won't ask you to validate information via email. Whenever you have doubts, find a reputable phone number and investigate using the telephone. If you think you are the victim of an email scam, take action as soon as possible. Call your credit card companies immediately. Change passwords for any site that has any of your sensitive personal information. Run a virus scan using a program such as Malwarebytes or Avast. Make sure your browser and other programs have been updated. Software updates often remedy known security issues. If you are not updating on a regular basis, your computer may continue to be vulnerable. Periodically review your bank accounts and credit card statements and look for any suspicious activity. Report the scam to the company whose information was faked. Extreme caution is your best defense against the scammers. Educate yourself about the tricks they use. Reduce your computer's vulnerabilities with virus scanners, firewalls, and frequent software updates. Know which actions to take if you are a victim. Knowledge is your greatest weapon against cyber criminals. Wield it wisely and you will no longer be the weak link in the security chain.
Privacy? What does it mean? Being alone? Keeping secrets? Having control? Most people would say that privacy is personal information. You know, the good stuff. And most people would agree that personal information is a big part of our identities. In the real world, this isn't a big deal, since we more or less can control what we say and to whom. But in the digital world, it's much harder to know if personal information is safe or not. For example, what would happen if someone logged onto your Facebook account and changed your status from married to single? Sure, worse things could happen, but that's not the issue here. What I want to know is, do you use the same password for Facebook as you do for your mail account? The same inbox where you keep details to your bank accounts, business applications like Salesforce, company secrets, you name it. Now, it may sound surprising, but 8 out of 10 people use the same password for most, if not all, online activities. Almost like having one key for all doors, which is practical until someone else gets hold of the key. And don't get me wrong, I like having just one password. It's simple, because who can remember 10 different hard-to-crack combinations? But what if someone actually did want to get access to your mail account? Here's an example of how that is done. First of all, finding your actual mail address isn't exactly rocket science. Then it takes about 5 minutes of online search to find out about your hobbies. For instance, where you work out. After that, a simple phone call is all it takes to get hold of your password. The caller pretends to be you and says he's forgotten his password to the gym's online booking system. A service-minded receptionist who wants to help gives out your password to the caller. If it's the same password you normally use online, it means that the caller now has access to most of your online accounts. Now, believe it or not, but that's how most passwords are revealed, through a simple phone call. A good example to prevent this from happening is to use something called one-time passwords. Let's say you want to log on to your mail account. As always, you type in your username and password, but instead of logging on, you'll be prompted to enter a one-time password. A password that will be delivered by text message to your phone. Type it in, and that's it. With this solution, you can continue to use the same password you like so much. You just combine it with a one-time password solution. You can also use a mobile app password generator or hardware token. With solutions like these, you can rest assured knowing that all your online information and everything that comes with it is safe.